Yeah, I'd love to get to
like they get up to 100. I think Ignition is still the biggest local in the state, or in Smash Ultimate actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Ignition is?
Yep.
Really?
Ignition regularly goes over 100.
I've been
and
wanting
Sanity's
to
been
get
dropping
a
off a little.
I know due to like current like stuff going on with Ignition, we haven't been able to go because a lot of our friend group couldn't go, but
yeah,
they're unrestricting everything. So
yeah,
hopefully we'll get down there soon because I've heard a lot of good stuff about it and they look really fun. But
Zobo versus Fatcafe here.
Pac-Man versus Kirby.
Not a matchup I've actually ever seen played out in the tournament actually. Yeah, this is definitely one of those matchups I've never seen.
I feel like Kirby's one of those characters that's heavily underrated. That's probably a hot thing, but...
Yeah, Kirby gets substantially better off some neutral Bs. This is one of them I think that Kirby gets a lot better over.
Even that, but like his aerials are
It's just
decent.
Yeah, the character can actually get camped up. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
It's so all these aerials mean nothing for so slow. But Kirby actually has a really good matchup on Kazuya, believe it or not. Because they're too small, but they combo Kazuya so hard. Yeah. And they can edge guard for Kazuya, like, doesn't lose, but I would almost be motivated even.
Going for the setup there, I know. He hit the hydrant into the...
Yeah.
Dude, I love Pac-Man setups, they're so fun to watch. I swear, you see a Pac-Man do a different thing every day.
I played Pac-Man in Smash 4 a little bit. It was always interesting because the character has not changed much, but the biggest change that made Pac-Man so much better in this game is that the grab is not the worst grab in the game, because it used to be the worst grab in the game.
Really?
Because it was not a lasting hit. You could just spot dodge it and then throw an F smash. And yeah, now that that grab is so good, it adds a whole new dimension to what Pac-Man can do. Because they can actually just grab you like for free a lot of the time, especially for catching rolls or something.
For the most part, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything for the most part say positive stuff about Smash 4. I'm kind of glad I never played it.
Bit of a I played the game the entire time. I was still winning. Yeah, I was still winning locals when Bayonetta was out. Even though Rare, he's the other local player, plays Aegis. Did beat me in a few of the Johnny C tournaments with Bayonetta. But I remember that's, me and him were still playing back in those days. And
I was way too young for that. I started with Smash Ultimate. Ooh, with the hydrant kill!
Let's go. How old are you?
I'm like 20.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I started off high school.
Yeah.
We didn't have any, we live in a small town, so there was no one playing that game before.
Yeah, like I said, we were lucky that the local card shop had such a nice local.
It wasn't a local, but we used to go there. He had a projector he would let us hook up in the back. So like during like Friday Night Magic and stuff, we'd be huddled in the corner of the room playing off a projector.
Funny.
Or like we'd play in our band room on like the handheld. All of us like huddled around the chair. It's crazy to see where it's gone now. I mean, most high schools here now have got a dedicated setups for it. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I just think that's the coolest part is people taking it seriously and like getting all the DLC because they know that you can't just buy the game and then be like, oh, cool. I really wish there was like a developer mode where you could unlock the characters automatically and like obviously buy the DLC, but that's one of the hardest things about is starting it up is getting enough setups, and you can't just make a Smash setup out of nowhere basically. You gotta do the whole World of Light to get all the characters. That took me a long time,
We don't have to do World of Light.
Well, you have to like do either individual matches or something. But either way, it's gonna take like 20 hours.
Oh, definitely. There are some shortcuts though. Like you can put the timer to like 1 minute, and you instantly win.
Right.
And then you reset the game. And then when you get back the time, because there's like technically a cooldown you have to do between characters. Right. Resetting the game like resets it.
I think it can be just a small barrier to getting full setups in this game, though. Is because you also, people don't know, you need a GameCube adapter to have a tournament setup. It's not a tournament setup if you don't have that or every DLC.
It's a weird thing, that we're the only country, like big country that does that. Like you can't everything, you bring your own adapter. Which, personally, I think should be the standard. If you have a GameCube controller, you're obviously like enough into the game where you understand you probably have your own, or else you couldn't practice on your own.
Right.
So like I think that should just be like.
I've lost a good few controllers to adapters too.
Yeah.
Bad at it.
My controller.
I still have my Wii U Smash one, and that one's been working great. So.
Mine, the little plug pulls off of it now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we're seeing a bit of a different game. No, not quite, but it's a lot closer than it was, I think, beforehand.
107%.
Nice, I like that option. Yeah.
Smash.
I love the game that Fire Hydrant introduces, the mini game of who's going to hit it, who's going to react to the hit, and who's waiting for you to hit it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as that just pops up on the stage, I think a lot of new players just scramble to be like, oh, I got to hit that before he does. But then they're waiting for you to do that. Like, they're playing around the hydrant itself. Yeah, it introduces a lot more counterplay than like Anvil because it's a constant projectile. Oh boy, interesting. Love the Pac-Man shenanigans. Wow, blanked with it. I did not know that would happen. Oh, Kirby combo. Okay, close.
Maybe that's the misinput there. I think I'm trying to go for a fair. Out of the combos. Fatcafe with the stock lead. See if Zobo can do anything with his back, but I think Pac-Man's probably a bottom 5 character you want to like be behind too.
Oh yeah.
He has, I mean, most characters have no reason to approach this point. Pac-Man has no reason to approach when he's like losing. Why?
I would put
with the key, he'll take it.
I'd put Wii Fit in that category too.
Oh.
Wii Fit, Steve.
Wii Fit is so frustrating.
Kazuya even, because Kazuya has a big comeback mechanic on top of insane damage. It just all stacks up. That was a good showing from both players. Zobo kind of, I think what I like to see is a bit more like adaptation around Fire Hydrant, and that's it. They were going for good punishes with Hydrant, but I don't think they were mind gaming it enough to make them think that anything else was going to happen other than F Smash Hydrant. So,
like you said.